2001, our drama is a story by the 19th century writer Nathaniel Hawthorne. If you've ever wondered what your partner gets up to when you're not there, this is what not to do.
I read an article once in some old magazine about a man and his wife. The article claimed to be true, and if it is, it must be the most remarkable instance on record of marital delinquency. An episode indeed as bizarre as any in the whole list of human oddities. Though it spanned a good 20 years, the tale was a short one, so it will require some imaginative work on my part, and yours, to supply all the details. I'll start with the husband, if I may. He's our main character. I can't remember his name. We'll call him Wakefield.
Wakefield by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Dramatised for radio by Martin Wade. With David Haig as Wakefield and John Rowe as the narrator Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Wakefield lives in London, in a dull street called Suffolk Street. Picture him, if you will, one wet, chilly, autumnal evening in the early 1800s. A Thursday, I think it probably is. He's coming back home from the office, where he works as an accountant. He's almost home. That's his house there, the one with the brown door and the lion's head knocker. For some reason, perhaps to feel for the latchkey in his left pocket, Wakefield stops, pauses, and while he pauses, he gazes at his house through the rain. Through the parlour window he can make out the glow of a comfortable fire, and on the ceiling of the room, Mrs. Wakefield's shadow. She's preparing tea, getting ready for her husband's return. He climbs the stone steps to the front door, 5 steps in all. He opens the door. And, as always, he calls out,
"Hello? I'm back!"
That article that I read in the magazine, I have no proof that it was true, but for my part I am convinced of the authenticity of the tale. Nor is it hard for me to picture the kind of fellow Wakefield was. Middle-aged, of course. Married for, how long? 10 years, let's say, during which time he's been as constant and faithful to his wife as any husband could be. Not because he loves her, but on account of a general sluggishness of desire. What else? He's vain, in a quiet sort of way. He likes to exaggerate his own importance. He's crafty.
I'm back!
Wakefield's back. Mrs. Wakefield comes hurrying out of the parlour, and as she does so...
"Well, Wakefield,"
she asks her husband.
"how has the day gone?"
And he replies...
"Oh, much as usual, you know. Except for one thing."
She looks at him. She knows him well enough to be a little wary of such a remark. She knows he's one for childish puzzles and insignificant mysteries. He says nothing. She helps him off with his overcoat and leads the way into the parlour.
"So, Wakefield, what was that one thing you mentioned?"
Mr. Malvin.
"What about Mr. Malvin?"
He wasn't at the office.
"He's gone on holiday."
No.
"He's joined another firm?"
Mr. Malvin? Heavens, no.
"He's taken retirement?"
No.
"He's ill?"
He was. He'd been experiencing pains in his chest, and now he's dead."
"Dead?"
"Yes, he died this morning."
"Oh, the poor man."
You never knew him?"
"No, but even so. He had a wife, I think."
"Yes, and you don't know her either." He was walking to the office, and the strange thing was he met his doctor in Fenchurch Street. "Doctor," he said, "I'm..." Those were his last words. "Doctor, I'm..."
Poor man.
Wakefield.
Morning, Mr. Lucas.
I was wondering...
Yes, Mr. Lucas.
The figures for European exports the first quarter.
The first quarter. Mr. Malvin was working on those.
Yes.
Mr. Malvin. So very sad.
Indeed, yes. I was wondering, Wakefield, is there any chance that you might be able to work on the figures for the first quarter?
Well,
I would be most grateful.
I'll see what I can do.
Mr. Lucas leaves the room. Wakefield does nothing. The quarterly figures must wait. Everything must be methodical, unhurried, in its proper time. After 20 minutes, Wakefield looks across at the vacant desk where Mr. Malvin used to sit.
Mr. Malvin.
He'd been at the firm for even longer than Wakefield.
Dead. Strange to relate, I'm almost envious of the fella. One day, after years of being Mr. Malvin, one day, all of a sudden he disappears. He never gets to work. He never comes back home. Imagine the effect of this on his poor wife. Imagine the effect on Mrs. Wakefield if I were to disappear. Yes, imagine that.
He imagines it, or attempts to. Imagining things is hard for Wakefield.
Of course, in my case, it wouldn't be permanent. A brief period of absence without leave. Oh, yes.
What a trick that would be.
I'd only be away for a day or two to see what it's like.
Most especially to see what it's like for his wife.
Well, it's quite an idea.
Another aspect of Wakefield that we may surmise, he has a brain, but it is not as a rule a very active one. He is not given to riotous thoughts or perplexed with originality. His mind, when it occupies itself, does so in long and lazy musings, which are to no real purpose, and which, even if they had a purpose, he would lack the vigour to pursue. So this little plan of his, to disappear for a day or two, requires much brooding over and nurturing. Only after a whole 12 months have passed does he resolve on a kind of impulse to put it into action.
Well, Wakefield, how has the day gone?
How much as usual, you know.
But that's not true. At lunchtime, he left the office and walked to the street right next to his own and went to a house where rooms are let and made arrangements with the landlord to rent a room on the first floor. Already he's packed his portmanteau. Just a few things. He did it last Sunday while Mrs. Wakefield was at church.
Are you warm enough? I can put some more coal on.
Certainly you can, but it wouldn't be worth it, not for me. I'm going out.
You're going out?
Yes.
The effect on Mrs. Wakefield is as striking as if he'd said he was about to hang himself, or her. He's never gone out of an evening. Not alone, I mean, never. Not in all the years of his marriage.
May I ask?
Into the country.
Into the...
I'm taking the night coach. I have to. I would have mentioned it earlier. I was aware of this eventuality a little while ago, but I didn't want to alarm you or upset you.
And may I ask...
It's just for a day. Or two. I'll probably be back by the return coach, but if I'm not, don't worry, I'll be home by Friday evening at the latest.
I suppose this is something to do with your work.
My work? No, I don't think so.
She asks him nothing more. Indulgent towards his harmless love of mystery, she interrogates him only with a look. He fetches his portmanteau from his wardrobe in the bedroom. She helps him on with his overcoat, and they stand in the hall, silent. She is very subdued. Wakefield notices as much. He thinks to himself, what a beginning. The wind's been taken right out of her sails.
Well, my dear.
He holds out his hand to her.
Take very good care of yourself.
Yes, I'll do that. And you likewise.
She opens the door for him. He is about to leave, and she doesn't know where or why. She longs to find out, he's sure of that. But she doesn't like to ask. If she were to ask, he would positively refuse to say, or he'd tell her a palpable lie. Therefore, she keeps silent. It's better that way. And knowing this, he keeps silent too.
So?
Yes.
Goodbye, Wakefield.
Go back inside, you'll get cold.
Goodbye, then. Goodbye.
And as she stands there in the hall, her mind plays a trick on her, and she thinks that the front door is thrust partly open again, and that she sees her husband's face, and it's smiling at her, a sly, crafty smile. And then the vision is gone. So is Wakefield.
I've done it. I've done it. How very easy it all was. I packed my bag, I rented the room, I told her I was going, I went.
Yes, it's remarkable. Wakefield, who has followed the same routine with quiet devotion as if it were a religious rite, who has never done something today which is likely to be remembered tomorrow, who has never before acted spontaneously or boldly for fear of alarming himself.
I, Wakefield, have walked out on my wife. I've become a free man. For a day or two.
He stops and pretends to tie his shoelace, glances around with as casual an air as he can manage. He moves on. He goes back on his tracks, makes several superfluous turns and doublings, watches out for those who might be watching him.
On the other side of the street, a woman and a girl at the window.
Deluded as to his own significance in this great world, he is convinced that there is a network of busybodies who will report back to Mrs. Wakefield and tell her that he has taken up lodgings in the adjacent street.
Almost made it. I had a fright just now, though, outside the public house. Some fellows were standing there, and the light over the door shone on my face, but none of them, I hope, was known to me. So, I am safe still. Did you hear that? Someone was calling my name, I'm certain of it. But I won't turn round. I'll walk on as if I heard nothing. Can't give up now.
He enters a building which is older, darker and taller than his own little home. His cold heart is racing. He climbs the scruffy steps. There's a smell of damp and loneliness.
Almost there. Almost there.
He takes a key from his right pocket. Left pocket, the key to his house. Right pocket, the key to his lodgings. He's arrived.
I'm here. I've made it.
He's elated, like one who has performed a great feat of courage or endurance. He looks around the room. It isn't much of a room.
It needs a coat of paint, really, and a couple of rugs, but it will do. After all, I'm not here for long.
He goes to the window and looks out. Though it's dark, he convinces himself that he can see his house.
So near. So very near.
He is amazed at the transformation he has achieved.
An hour ago, I was there with her, and now...
He stays at the window, as if waiting for a sign.
What is she thinking? She's thinking of me, of course. Going over the evening's events in her mind, her husband suddenly up and gone and without informing her where and why. I tell you, she won't sleep too well tonight.
He doesn't sleep too well himself. When at last he drags himself away from the window and crawls exhausted with excitement into the unaccustomed and unnecessarily large bed, he finds that he can't compose his mind. He lies awake, alone, and begins to have regrets.
I've done wrong. I've been foolish. I don't know what I was thinking of. I promise I won't stay here another night.
It is almost 7:30. Starting up from a sinister dream, and for a second confused and frightened at not knowing where he is, he spreads forth his arms into the bed's wide and solitary expanse. Now he's awake, and it's like another dream. He has been away for a matter of hours, and yet it seems like 20 years.
Shall I go back home?
No, not yet.
What I'll do...
Well?
What I'll do...
He's not sure what to do.
I wish I hadn't told her that I might be gone as long as Friday. That was foolish. It allows her till Friday not to be too anxious or fearful on my behalf.
This is true. No doubt she'll be disconcerted, a little baffled, but she won't yet be anxious or fearful.
No, not till Friday's passed. So, I won't go back home. Not yet. Saturday at the earliest.
Hey! Boy! You!
He's walked to Lombard Street in the city. He has a letter which he wants delivered to his place of work at Devlin and Lucas.
Hand it to the man at the door and I'll pay you for your trouble.
The letter informs Wakefield's employers that he is ill, a chest condition which may be pleurisy, many apologies, etc. He has decided that he won't be able to go to work.
No, not while I'm away from home. Mrs. Wakefield might pay a visit to the office and make inquiries about me.
Well, he's been a good servant of the firm, never absent, never late, never dissatisfied with his wages.
So, I don't think they can complain if I'm afflicted with a chest condition which may be pleurisy.
He waits for the boy to return, musing the while on his years of loyal service to Devlin and Lucas, and indeed on his years of marriage to Mrs. Wakefield.
I'll stay away a week. A whole week. Yes, that'll teach her.
And what of the woman in question? She, at this very hour, is in her parlour, taking refreshment with a neighbour, Mrs. Brand.
Oh, I think you should have found out where he was going, Mrs. W. I do, really.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Of course. Here's your tea.
I mean, what if... Thank you. What if something were to happen to him? What if he'd had a terrible accident and failed to return? How would you know where to begin your inquiries? When's he due back?
Well, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Well, today, perhaps. Friday at the latest.
I tell you, Mrs. W., if my Edward had ever said he was going away, I'd have wanted to know the wheres and the whens about it, and why he wasn't taking me. But as it is...
Yes.
I know exactly where he is. God bless him. He's made his final journey, he has.
Mrs. Brand and Mrs. Wakefield see each other quite often. They share a pot of tea and they have a chat.
So, he's not come back?
No. No, I'm afraid he hasn't.
Friday at the latest, he said.
Yes, Mrs. Brand. Oh, dear.
It's Saturday morning. Mrs. Wakefield has prayed and she has hoped. But inside, in her soul, she somehow knew he wouldn't return by Friday.
What could have happened to him?
Oh, Mrs. W., you're not to upset yourself. You must stay calm. No doubt there's a simple explanation for his delay. His coach has been involved in an accident, and he's received serious but not life-threatening injuries. Or else...
He's still alive, I'm sure of it.
Or else he never took a coach at all.
Oh.
Perhaps he's been kidnapped.
He's still alive.
Or he's wandering up and down the city streets, his memory gone. Or he's with a woman.
No. No.
Such things have happened, Mrs. W.
No, not Wakefield. He wouldn't. He's not that sort.
Not that sort. Quite what sort he is, she's not yet prepared to admit, even to herself. The two ladies fall silent. Mrs. Brand thinks of a succession of sensational occurrences accounting for Wakefield's disappearance. Mrs. Wakefield thinks of that evening when he left home, of how her mind had played a trick on her, and it seemed to her that the closed door opened again, and she saw his face with that sly, crafty smile upon it.
I have changed my name.
He is Hooper now. It's the name he used when he made arrangements to rent the room, but we shall call him Wakefield.
I have changed my appearance, too.
He wears a rather startling wig of reddish hair, also a suit which he bought second-hand, very dark grey, almost black. Were it not for the wig, he would look like...
a man in mourning.
For himself.
Wakefield, you see, is temporarily dead.
But for how long exactly? He had, if you remember, decided to return after a week, but now that the week has elapsed, he's thought again.
I can't go back yet. I must wait until I've made some observations of Mrs. Wakefield and discovered what effect my absence has had on her. I want to make sure that I've given her a really good scare.
That's why he's here, on Suffolk Street where he used to live, on a seat near the public house, waiting. He's brought an old magazine to read. He's been here a few times now.
I saw her on the Tuesday.
Did she seem distressed?
I'm sure she was. The bloom had faded from her cheeks, that was clear enough, even at a distance, and she walked more heavily than usual. For Mrs. Wakefield isn't petite. By no means is she petite, but she manages a sprightly gait, as a rule. Oh, yes, it's hit her hard, this business, I'm certain. I wonder what she thinks has happened to me. She's a religious woman, she prays, she trusts in God. No doubt she's convinced herself, therefore, that my life has been preserved. Well, that's good, of course. But if I'm alive, she'll be puzzled as to why I'm still missing. Puzzled, distressed. Poor Mrs. Wakefield. Wait. What's this?
A carriage has stopped in front of Wakefield's house, and out of the carriage has stepped a tall, gangling fellow carrying a leather bag.
Dr. Elliston. The same doctor who visited her last year when she broke her wrist and I told her she'd only sprained it. Oh, yes. This is looking serious.
Mrs. Wakefield lies in bed, propped up with pillows. Dr. Elliston sits down on the edge of the bed and takes her hand.
There's nothing really wrong with me.
Well, Mrs. Wakefield, I'll be the judge of that.
I told Mrs. Brand she shouldn't call you.
But Mrs. Brand did right.
I've been worried, that's all.
And with good reason. What a terrible business. Have the appropriate authorities been informed about your husband?
Yes, Doctor. And Mrs. Brand says I should put a notice in the papers.
A notice in the papers? Well, Wakefield will enjoy that.
Mrs. Brand informs me that you've been losing sleep.
Yes.
You've been off your food?
Yes.
Well, that won't do, Mrs. Wakefield.
No.
Who knows how long your husband will be away?
Oh.
Who knows if he will ever return? And whether he returns or no, you have your own life to lead. Now, you must be strong. You must refuse to submit to distress and melancholy. Promise me you will, Mrs. Wakefield. Promise me.
It seems to Wakefield that Dr. Elliston is with Mrs. Wakefield a good while. It is beginning to grow dark when he reappears. Wakefield contrives to be walking past the house as the doctor returns to his carriage, and he attempts to study the expression on the visitor's face. Forgetting that a doctor seldom allows himself a chuckle when he's on his rounds, Wakefield is greatly impressed by Dr. Elliston's grave features.
It's serious. It's severe. So, what am I to do?
He ponders the question as he stands by the window of his rented room.
Should I visit her? Should I go to her bedside and whisper, "Here I am, my dear. Everything's all right"? No, I think not. I'll see her when her condition is critical, but not till then. After all, I promised myself that I wouldn't return until my disappearance had scared her half to death, until I'd taught her a good lesson. Well, I can't go hurrying back now simply because she's taken to her bed. And if I did go back, who is to say that I would make things better? My sudden reappearance might give her such a shock that she'd never recover. No, I won't go back. Not yet.
In the next 3 days, Wakefield keeps an almost constant vigil near his house. And on each of the days, the doctor makes a visit. Well, says Wakefield.
Well, this can't go on.
A crisis is approaching, he's sure. He wouldn't be surprised if another carriage were soon to arrive and sombre men in sober suits were to bring out a coffin.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. What a grim turn of events. Mrs. Wakefield, dead, snatched away before her time. Wakefield, a widower. I suppose then that I should have to return to the house in my old guise. Invent a tale to account for my disappearance, for it would be absurd, would it not, to maintain my absence once Mrs. Wakefield was deceased? What would be the point? Of course, if I did go back, it would all be very different from how it was before. I might take lodgers. I might take a new wife. I might rearrange the furniture.
Wakefield's thoughts, if we may dignify them by such a term, are interrupted by a familiar noise. His own front door. Someone has closed it. He gets up from his seat near the public house and watches as Mrs. Wakefield walks down the stone steps. And in an almost sprightly fashion, too.
I didn't kill her. Well?
He never wanted her dead. No,
I merely wanted
To scare her half to death.
play a little joke on her. That's all. Well then, what now?
He's left her. He's succeeded there, and she's been upset, and she's fallen ill, but she's made a good recovery. So, now that the experiment has been carried out and its findings duly noted, it's surely time for him to return.
Yes, perhaps. But listen, if I were to go back, what would I tell her? I couldn't tell her the truth. Am I therefore to lie to her? Lie to my own wife? I can't go back, not yet. If I did, she'd see my return as a kind of victory. For her, I mean. As if I couldn't bear to be away. I won't go back today.
No, no.
It's awkward, it being in the middle of the week. I'll go back on Monday.
Good evening.
Evening.
The name's Ferris.
Oh, yes.
And yours is?
Hooper.
Very pleased to meet you. I'm a fellow lodger. The room next to yours. Settled, are you? Comfortable? Got everything you need?
Yes, I think so.
The two men stand silent. Wakefield has observed Ferris once or twice before, but has contrived to avoid him. Ferris is 10 years younger than Wakefield, or more. He feels an urge to be sociable.
He is lonely, perhaps. Or he thinks that I am.
Silence. Ferris's gaze darts up, as if beyond his control, to the top of Wakefield's head, to the curious wig of reddish hair.
You must come for tea and a chat sometime.
Thank you.
Now?
No, not now. Sometime.
The question of money has arisen. Wakefield took some with him when he left his wife and home, but not much. After all, he was only going to be away a short while. Now it's clear he must be employed again, though not, of course, at Devlin and Lucas. Devlin and Lucas belong to the past.
Your name?
Hooper.
You're an accountant?
Yes.
Come in.
The manager's gaze darts up briefly to Wakefield's wig of reddish hair.
I've read the letter of reference from your last employer. It's a glowing testimonial.
Almost too much so. Wakefield's vanity got the better of him.
Aylott and Son. I've never heard of them.
Have you not?
But then I don't know Bristol very well. Your age, Mr. Hooper?
My age? 37.
37? Vanity again. He's lost several years, I think.
Married or single?
Single.
Very wise.
Has he got the job?
Yes. And on a better salary than at Devlin and Lucas.
He no longer pretends that he will go back home tomorrow or in a week.
I might.
Well, nothing is impossible, I suppose. He'd like to go back. He is aware that if he doesn't return, the sadness felt by Mrs. Wakefield will lose its force, become a thing of mere habit, and in time perhaps melt away entirely. Who knows? She might discover that life without him is to be preferred. But even this thought, thoroughly offensive as it is, cannot make him move.
Oh, you're looking better, Mrs. W.
I'm feeling better. I'm beginning to get settled again, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Not fretting as I was.
Time. It's a great healer. When my Edward passed away, I was prostrated with grief.
Of course, when I think about Wakefield, I can't help experiencing some sadness. And being on my own takes some getting used to. I don't suppose I'll ever get used to it, really, even if I were alone for 20 years.
But you've always got your neighbours.
Yes, Mrs. Brand. And I pray to God. And, as Dr. Elliston says...
Nice man.
Yes. I must go on living, he says.
That's right. That's what I tell myself.
Be strong. Be calm.
That's right. When my Edward...
Wakefield's not dead, you know. He's not. I'm certain of it.
She lived with Wakefield for 10 years, and though others who say they knew him would never have believed him to be a doer of eccentric deeds, his wife is tempted to think otherwise. During their marriage, she had never taken the trouble to analyse Wakefield's character, not consciously at least, but she was aware of the quiet selfishness that had rusted into his inactive mind, of his vanity, of his fondness for secrets. of an indefinable strangeness. She can't guess at the precise details of what's happened to him, but if she were to be told, the truth wouldn't surprise her. Not at all.
Hooper!
Oh.
Ferris.
Ferris. Yes.
I've put the kettle on.
Oh.
Come and have a cup of tea.
Sadly...
Oh, you said you would.
I have some business to attend to. I'm a busy man.
Ah, well, another time.
Yes?
When?
Can't say, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'd like to talk, you see. When it's convenient, I'd like to ask your advice about marriage.
Marriage? No.
You mean you advise against it?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'd rather not offer any advice at all.
Were you ever married?
Yes, I was.
I thought so.
You thought so? Why?
What happened?
What happened? She died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She fell from a tall building.
Oh, my deepest condolences.
What makes it so much worse is I was there.
You were there? At the top, you mean? Or...
Yes, it was my place of work, you see. She had come there to give me some news, some bad news, in point of fact, about her mother. And she heard a disturbance in the street below and went out onto the small balcony to see what was happening, but she tripped and fell against the balustrade and part of it gave way.
Oh.
She was not a petite woman, my wife.
And she fell?
She fell.
To her death?
Yes. To be specific, she fell onto some iron railings and was impaled.
Oh, Lord. Was her death instantaneous?
By no means. She lived for another 2 hours. Oh, the pain she must have endured. I tell you, those were the worst 2 hours of my life.
What was the bad news about her mother?
This description of his wife's demise, extraordinary and outlandish as it is, rather pleases Wakefield. He is impressed by his storytelling abilities, delighted with the look of horror that was registered upon Ferris's face as he heard the details. Now that he and Mrs. Wakefield are living apart, he must take his revenge on her somehow. It irks him, you see, that on those occasions when he glimpses Mrs. Wakefield, she seems so contented, comfortable.
She has her religion. She has the house.
She has no more tears to shed, not over Wakefield. She goes about her mundane business. She begins to take on the placid appearance of settled widowhood.
She's putting on weight, you know, and she wasn't petite before.
Her regrets have either died away or have become so essential to her heart that she'd rather not exchange them for joy. She won't fall ill again on his account. 6 o'clock. Wakefield is returning from work. Ferris lies in wait for him, listening for Wakefield's footsteps. And then he springs out.
Hooper!
Ferris?
Come in and have a cup of tea.
No, thank you. Rather not.
Please?
No, thank you. I've no wish to take tea with you, either now or in the future. I'm sorry, I don't wish you to be offended. The truth is...
The truth is he doesn't want to take tea with anyone, or indeed to become familiar with anyone.
I'm better at being on my own. I'll be civil with you, and you with me, I trust. But I'm your neighbour, not your friend.
It may not always be so.
Oh, I think it will.
You are perhaps still recovering from the horrific death of your wife.
No, I've quite recovered from that.
Wakefield can't be a friend. He's perfectly right. Friendship is something he doesn't understand. He doesn't know how it functions, on what basis it operates, what it is for, what its rules are.
Well, if you'll excuse me...
The thing is, I really do need your advice.
About marriage, you mean?
Yes, about marriage.
Wakefield knows about marriage. Marriage is different from friendship. It has a purpose. It has its principles and regulations. But even so...
Some other time, perhaps.
The situation, Hooper, is this.
Things to do.
There's a girl I know. Her name's Margaret. We were childhood sweethearts. I fell in love with her when I was 8. But her mother, she thinks it's foolish that Margaret and me, for all these years... She tells Margaret there are other fish in the ocean, and perhaps that's true for me as well, though I really don't believe it. I love her, and there's no other girl, I'm sure, who I could be in love with half as much. So, you see, I I need advice.
I can't advise you, Ferris. I don't know the girl.
She's wonderful.
I don't know you.
Oh.
You decide.
But what is strange is this. A few days later, on the Saturday, Wakefield goes for a walk in the park. This is not his custom. A Saturday afternoon pursuit such as this seems to belong to his other, not his present life. So it is something of a surprise that he should be standing by the low railing that surrounds the pond, and watching the ducks and the coots, and watching Ferris too, and his childhood sweetheart, Margaret.
She has a pretty face, I think.
He remembers Ferris telling him that the park is a favourite place for him and Margaret, and he wonders briefly whether he is here on purpose or by chance. He stands quite close to the couple, but to one side.
They are sat upon a bench.
Ferris's eyes are fixed on her.
And every so often she smiles, and he smiles.
And he takes hold of her hand, and she, with her other hand, rests it on top of his, to keep safe the hand that keeps safe hers.
And suddenly, she turns and looks him in the eye.
Such an earnest look it is, and he keeps his gaze fixed upon her.
Sweetheart still, after all these years.
6 o'clock. Ferris is returning from the park. Wakefield lies in wait for him, listening for Ferris's footsteps.
Ferris? Ferris?
Yes, what is it?
I'd like a few words with you, if I may.
Oh, right. Excellent. Let's go to my room, shall we? I'll put the kettle on.
No, you needn't bother. What did the lovesick owl say to his darling when it started to rain?
Too...
Wet to woo. Too wet to woo.
Yes, very good.
You asked for my advice about your childhood sweetheart.
Yes.
And whether you should marry her.
Yes.
You shouldn't.
Should I not?
That's my advice.
Oh? Why not?
You should play the field.
Play the... Oh.
And so should she.
Oh.
You were childhood sweethearts, but marriage, it's a grown-up business, isn't it? Play the field. Give it time. That's my advice.
Yes. Well... Thank you, Hooper.
This, I think, was cruel of Wakefield. This was vindictive to tell the young man not to follow the promptings of his heart. He is almost ashamed.
Oh, Wakefield. What has happened to you? What kind of creature have you become?
He tells himself that this solitary life is corrupting him, that he must go back home.
I'll go back next week. I will, I promise. Next month, at the very latest.
I'm coming. Dr. Elliston.
Mrs. Wakefield, how are you?
Dr. Elliston has paid 1 or 2 calls upon Mrs. Wakefield since she made her recovery. More than might be expected, even from the most conscientious of doctors.
I do promise you I'm as well as I have ever been.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Mrs. Wakefield. Indeed, you look in most excellent health. I thought I would drop by as I was passing. No, in truth, Mrs. Wakefield, I made a special journey here to see how you were managing.
I'm managing more than adequately.
You're sleeping well? Eating well?
I am.
Any news yet?
Of my husband, you mean? None.
Mrs. Wakefield raises her brow as if to say, it's unfortunate, but it can't be helped. Silence.
I have to tell you, Mrs. Wakefield. I have to tell you...
He takes her hand, her left hand, with the wedding ring upon it. What he has to tell Mrs. Wakefield remains unspoken. Mrs. Wakefield turns away. He lets go of her hand.
He isn't dead.
He is, perhaps, as good as dead.
A part of me, to be truthful, almost wishes that he were. I have become accustomed to being without him. And if he were to return, I don't know what I would think or feel. I almost dread it. In the meantime, all I can do is pray for him and wait.
And must you wait alone?
Yes, Dr. Elliston. I must wait alone.
Each day, whatever the weather, each day, Wakefield watches the house where he used to live. He sees the doctor making an occasional call and takes some joy from the thought that Mrs. Wakefield may have suffered a relapse. Ghost-like, he hovers outside his house, tries to imagine himself going up the steps and through the door, being back home for good.
Back home.
He pictures himself in each of the rooms.
Every wall, every picture.
Every piece of Mrs. Wakefield's immaculate needlework, every item of furniture is fondly recalled.
The rocking chair.
That barely rocks.
The kitchen dresser.
With its curious, clumsy, sliding latches.
The table.
With its scratches and blemishes, which Wakefield, in his previous life, would study at meal times for want of conversation. While he lived there, he was no friend of that house. But now, in his mind, he takes his seat by the fire in the parlour with his wife beside him and surprises himself as the tears of regret begin to flow. Hard as he may try, he cannot feel the fire's warmth or his wife's affection. Ghost-like, he hovers outside.
Oh, God, I've been such a fool.
Hooper, it's Ferris. I know you don't like to be disturbed, but I have some news of Margaret.
Margaret? Oh, really? Come in.
A year has passed. The field has been played, a little, though not by Ferris. He stands at the door. His face is grey, his eyes are moist, his lip trembles. Wakefield doesn't need to ask what the news of Margaret is.
She's found someone else.
Ah.
She's going to marry him.
I see.
I've lost her.
So it would appear. Have you found someone else yourself?
Wakefield knows the answer to that one too. He's been keeping a watchful eye on Ferris. He's confident that since Margaret went in search of other fish, Ferris has had not a single relationship with a representative of womankind. Except that his sister visits him from time to time. Ferris shakes his head.
Oh, well.
Ferris has lost his childhood sweetheart, and Wakefield is to blame. His only excuse is this, that when he watched Ferris and his girl in the park, and they were clearly so much in love, it was very hard for him to bear. Wakefield has never been in love, I fear, nor will he ever be.
I'll go back soon.
The same refrain.
I will. I'll go back soon.
He says it every week or so, and the passing of every week or so, added to the weeks that have gone before, serves to make the possibility more remote. The weeks crawl by. The years crawl by. But to Wakefield, or a part of him, his time away from home seems not much longer than the mere few days that he originally contemplated.
I'll go back soon.
This extended period of absence, it's just a little interlude in the main business of his life. He'll go back soon. He's sure of it. He'll climb up the stone steps to the front door, 5 steps in all. He'll open the door.
Hello, I'm back.
And Mrs. Wakefield will hurry out of the parlour.
Wakefield!
And she'll clap her hands for joy. Her beloved husband has returned. No more misery and despair. Her once happy life can be resumed.
Wakefield!
And she'll be just as she was all those years ago. And he'll be just as he was.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Yes, he'll be back soon. "10 years.
10 years? Is it really? Good Lord.
10 years away from home, 10 years in his temporary lodgings.
Ferris is still in the room next door. We're not friends, though we're civil to each other. We say good morning.
Ferris seems so much older now.
Yes. Grief and self-reproach have taken their toll on him, I'm afraid.
But that miserable face of his is surely nothing compared to Wakefield's. There is a mirror on the wall. Every morning, impelled by a delight in the macabre, Wakefield peers into it. Every morning, he is a little more horrified.
Look. Look at the decaying flesh.
Look at the lines and crevices and furrows that ravage Wakefield's face like cracks in the dried earth. Look at the discoloured sacs which hang under his small, lustreless eyes, hang so heavily indeed that they seem to drag the eyes down with them. Remarkable, is it not, how nature's dull handiwork can be so dramatically altered? Weirdness, hatefulness, and twisted obsession have all left their indelible mark upon features which were once quite ordinary.
10 years.
Yes, almost to the day.
Now, good to see you. You're well, I hope?
Sunday morning. The faithful are being summoned to church. Wakefield is not of their number.
I don't go to church.
When Wakefield was aged 14, he decided that he resented the Sunday service.
I made up my mind.
How rebellious, how precocious he thought he was.
I made up my mind to worship God at a time that was convenient to myself, not to others.
And strangely enough, he has never found it convenient to worship since.
Morning. Good to see you.
So, what brings Wakefield out today? He has heard perhaps that there has been a fire nearby, or a robbery, or a violent assault. And now, having exhausted the pleasurable possibilities of the incident, whatever it was, he is on his way back to his lodgings, and his journey takes him past the grey stone church. Here he comes, his head bent, his body at an angle, as if he is unwilling to present his full front to the world, threading an awkward route through the gathering crowd of Sunday worshippers in their Sunday best.
Good morning.
And from the other direction, look, a portly female approaches with a prayer book in her hand, and as she attempts to head for the church door and Wakefield attempts to make his way past the throng, the portly female and the lean man are brought directly into contact.
Sorry.
No, my fault.
Their hands touch. She drops her prayer book. The pressure of the crowd forces her bosom against his chest. They stand face to face, staring into each other's eyes. After 10 years' separation, Wakefield meets his wife.
My God. My God.
Please forgive me.
He knows her, of course. He has spied on her ever since he left her. But does she know him? His face is so changed that if he had been without the use of a mirror for all these years, he might not have recognized himself. He picks up her prayer book.
The same prayer book, I think, that she had all those years ago, that she took with her each Sunday morning.
While Wakefield, allowed for that 1 hour each week to be alone in the house, would sit in the parlour with a doubtful publication. He hands her the prayer book.
Thank you.
He moves off, and she walks on to the church door.
Mrs. Wakefield, are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
She stops at the door and throws a perplexed glance in Wakefield's direction. Then she enters the church, that woman of simple faith, opening her prayer book as she goes. Wakefield, meanwhile, his features set into an expression so extraordinary and disturbing that even preoccupied, self-absorbed Londoners stand and stare at him, hurries to his lodgings.
No.
His latent feelings, restrained for all these years, at last break out and give to his feeble mind a brief energy. All the miserable oddness of his life is revealed to him at a glance.
Oh, God.
To his Maker he cries, his first attempt at private Sunday worship.
Hooper!
Go away.
Hooper, are you all right?
No, go away,
What
please.
happened? What's the matter?
I'm mad. That's what the matter is. I'm not thoroughly mad, perhaps. Some sanity must remain, I suppose. Else how could I recognise my madness?
On the other hand, Wakefield has only to consider the singularity of his situation, the fact that he has abandoned his wife and his home and has been living in the adjacent street, the fact that he has been away for a period of 10 years when he had intended that it should be a mere few days. The thought of all this surely is enough to impel him towards insanity.
I'll go back soon. And if I don't, it can't be helped. After all, I'm mad.
You're certain it was him?
Well, no, Mrs. Brand, I can't be certain, but...
I saw my Edward quite recently. At Christmas it was, in the High Street. I was convinced it was him from the back, you know, so I shouted out, "Edward! Edward!"
I can't be certain. He looked like Wakefield.
And the curious thing was, the fella's name was Edward, so he turned round. But it wasn't him. Well, of course it wasn't.
He looked like him, but he was so different, too. It really threw me. Here's your tea, Mrs. Brand.
Oh, thank you.
His hair was red. I hadn't expected that. I didn't like his face. I didn't like it at all. I wonder if he recognised me. I always knew he wasn't dead. I asked God if he was, and he told me.
What will you do?
What can I do? I can pray.
Perhaps he's been away, abroad, you know, and he's come back. That would be strange, wouldn't it, meeting up again after all these years? What on earth would you say to him, Mrs. W?
I've no idea. He was my husband, it's true. But it was such a long time ago. And I've changed. And so has he.
He's mad, or he thinks he is. And because of that, he thinks that anything is possible now. He might kill someone, or himself. He might even go back home. The office becomes an abhorrent place to him. There is no difficulty with the work itself, but aware as he is of his insanity, he is convinced that others must be aware of it too. He leaves his place of employment, finds work elsewhere, at a succession of different firms indeed.
And each time they realise I'm mad and I leave.
The fear of being considered mad is greater than the madness itself. As the years go by, the periods of unemployment become longer and the periods of work increasingly distressing.
I work when the cupboard is bare or when the landlord grows impatient.
He derives a morose, maudlin pleasure from being able to sit in his room and look out of the window and talk to himself. Or to walk to Suffolk Street.
And sit on the seat a little distance from my house and gaze at the front door.
The days seem very long.
The years seem very long.
He doesn't speak to Ferris, and Ferris doesn't speak to him, one-sided good mornings being hard to sustain. Wakefield speaks only to himself.
I'll go back soon.
Perhaps he will, being mad.
I'll go back soon. And when I do, it will be as if nothing has happened.
One wet, chilly autumnal evening, 20 years after he vanished, Wakefield is taking his regular walk towards the house he still calls his own, the house with the brown door and the lion's head knocker. He pauses, as is his custom, near to the house. Through the parlour window he can make out the glow of a comfortable fire.
And look, there's Mrs. Wakefield's shadow on the ceiling.
The cap, the nose and chin, the broad waist, they form a grotesque caricature which seems to dance to the tune of the fire's blaze. A merry dance, too merry for an elderly widow. Wakefield stands and watches and waits. He shivers with the cold. He turns his coat collar up against the rain.
How warm and cosy it must be inside. The fire and the thick rug in front of it.
The mantelpiece with its knick-knacks that he used to give Mrs. Wakefield on her birthday and at Christmas, for want of anything better. And Mrs. Wakefield herself, face crimson with the warmth of the room, putting out the cake and the scones. Well?
Well?
What is he to do? Is he to stand here wet and shivering? His own hearth beckons him. His own wife, once he enters, will fuss over him, he's sure, and bring him a change of clothes. For of course, he thinks, she has thrown nothing of his away. Is he to stand here? No, Wakefield is no such fool. He walks towards the house.
Up the stone steps to the front door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He doesn't hesitate, not for a moment. When he left home, one day away had seemed like 20 years. Now 20 years is as but a single day. What will Mrs. Wakefield say when she realizes that he has come back and intends to resume his married life? What will she do when she sees a sly, crafty smile upon his face? The same smile that she thought she saw as he left the house a full 20 years ago. Heavens, what a trick he's played on Mrs. Wakefield. Oh, yes, what a trick. He reaches into his left pocket and finds the key.
Hello? Hello? I'm back.
Wakefield was dramatised by Martin Wade from the short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Wakefield was played by David Haig, the narrator Nathaniel Hawthorne by John Rowe, Mrs. Wakefield by Richenda Carey, Ferris by Jonathan Keeble, Mrs. Brand by Jenny Stoller, and Dr. Elliston by Gordon Reed. Wakefield was directed by Cherry Cookson.
In this drama slot after the weekend, 3 intrepid explorers venture into an Icelandic volcano in Jules Verne's Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
The wind